So today we're going to be talking about technology for the small business. And Dr. Kini is one of our professors here at IU Northwest. He teaches our technology courses. So I think we're in very good hands today to learn more about some of the things that small businesses can do technology-wise to improve their operations and to promote what they have to offer. So I'm going to turn things over to Dr. Kini, and we'll go from there.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Thanks, Jana, for that introduction. I'll make sure I'll give something for them regarding technology to think about. Today, we are going to talk about technology. To give you some background, I've been teaching information technology at Indiana University School of Business for the last 30 years. And so I've also consulted with many small and large businesses, both locally and internationally. So I can say I know something about technology and how it can be used in the business and how small business specifically have used technology in the business. So having said that, without talking much about what I have done, we are going to talk about today how information technology can be useful for small businesses and why some of them really do well using that while others are afraid of using, not sure whether they want to use it, and not sure how they can use it. So we'll talk about some of those issues today. Let me share my PowerPoint slides with you so you have an understanding of what I am going to say about information technology being used in small business. Director Jana has given me the opportunity today. Thank you, Jana, for talking about technology on behalf of the Small Business Academy. There's a lot of misconception about how much and what that technology really means for small businesses. And that creates some confusion with the variety of businesses. So I'm going to share today with you some of the research that has also been done just before the COVID hit the marketplace. And that research from my consulting company, Deloitte, would also help you in understanding where you are in the deployment of the technology in your company. Okay. Why information technology, you might ask, for small businesses? We are so small. Why should we use it? One of the things that you definitely know that we have to use technology is to talk about our product and services. We have been doing it in a traditional mode, but today the digital technology is giving you a lot more power to, or a lot more leverage to inform your customers, or in general, anybody who might be interested in your product and services. So how can technology be used? We'll get to that in a few slides. So you got to inform general public what you're offering to them. And then when they do come either physically to you or electronically to you, you have to have some mechanism to take the payment. How can we eliminate a lot of difficulty and make the payment easier for them? And once you have that particular payment collected in your company, you can always put that in your traditional mechanism to account for where the money came from, where the money is going, from the point of the income flow, revenue management, all of that. But is there a tool that can help you? You can do it in a traditional way, or do the typical way many people do it, put that in a spreadsheet and then try to manage that. or you can have a software which will help you, or you can use the pencil and paper like some people do. So that can also get a lot of support from technology. Then doing inventory. If you are a product seller or product maker, then you need to know how much you have invested in making of that product assets, and also the type of products you have, whether half finished or full finished. How do you keep track of that? Do you have an idea? Do you do that? And can the technology help you with that? And more importantly, the tools that you will get are going to help you to analyze whether the inventory is going up, going down, are we flat? Should I be doing anything about it? Those issues become important to you as you become a little bit bigger and bigger. Then you are in the business to give product or service to customers or consumers. Once they are in, how do you communicate with them? Before they become your customer, how do you communicate with them? What are the different methods through which you reach out to them? So that refers to a whole bunch of technology that is available, which is transforming itself into a newer type of technology in the last 20, 30 years. There is a significant change that's taking place. Then nowadays, at least in 2018, 17, 18, before COVID, we were still thinking about meeting physically. Now, you probably have noticed in the last 3 years, there is a significant growth in virtual meetings. That is, you might be employing somebody, or somebody might be doing your work from some other physical site. But if you do want to have an increase in productivity, you can definitely have virtual meetings. What are the technology? Just like we are doing today through Zoom. What are the technology that are available for you? And you do not have to have your team player within a local physical area, yet you can accomplish a lot. And technology helps you in making that happen. And the last but not the least, we all start out using computers to improve our productivity, whether it is typing a Word document, or we do Excel, or we do some kind of email management. All of that, we have been using Office or Microsoft Office. And that is the standard which we've been using. But nowadays, there are competing products also, such as you do not have to buy a software now. You can even use Microsoft Office on the cloud, and you can use the Google Docs also on the cloud. These will enhance your productivity as well as help you, if you use the cloud, to work with your team, doesn't matter where they are, through the cloud, where most of your document and all other product information, service information can be put over there, so your people, wherever they are, can access it, and you can make it secure. So you have that opportunity nowadays through the cloud. Then you have, how do you make, worry about how do you make people aware of you, whether they are locally buying products and services from you, or they're buying from abroad. Doesn't matter where they are. They don't have to be your consumers physically located with you. And what are the ways in which you can inform, communicate, make the transactions happen on the web, right? So web has been growing at a rapid pace in the last 30 years. So why not you leverage that and have your consumers from anywhere in the world? If only you could inform them and make it convenient for them to execute the transaction and make it easier for you to ship it to them. And then we have, in the last 20 years or so, we have a significant growth in social media. In the last 10 years, there have been many social media tools available for you. And Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and the latest one, the YouTube and the TikToks. What do? Remember that your consumers talk about you, talk about your products, talk about your services. Where do they talk about? whichever is a convenient forum for them. Whether they're happy or angry, they will be mentioning it to their group of friends who typically are with them on social media, whether it is Facebook, LinkedIn, or nowadays Twitter too. Did not put Twitter over there. Twitter also, and TikTok, and a short video about your product, service, or whatever you're offering. That can also be, so it can go viral with other people. So social media is an important tool nowadays for many of the companies, specifically if you're a small business and you do know there is a lot of information which people share with others through word of mouth, electronically, which will help you because they influence their friends. So you probably have to pay attention to social media too. Now, most of us worry about traditional marketing. You probably know digital marketing in terms of the expenses of a typical company has superseded in the last 2-3 years. They are spending more on digital marketing than on traditional marketing. So digital marketing, one advantage of digital marketing is when you market on whether it is Google or any other place, you have information relating to who looked at it, how long did they stay. That means you have a lot of data. You can analyze about the investment that you made in that marketing area. So traditional marketing will not give you as much information, but digital marketing will give you a lot of analytics to find out whether there is a good ROI or return on investment in digital marketing. So you need to be, as a small business owner, need to know or need to be aware of how the traditional marketing is paying off, how the digital marketing is paying off. Many of the newspapers now give you a combined package, traditional marketing and digital marketing together. But there are other opportunities, purely digital marketing also. So will that also pay off for you? That is something that you need to think about. And there are many other business models, whether it is going through the web, through selling it through Amazon, if you have a product, selling it through Shopify, selling it through Etsy. So there are many digital models also, business models, where you can expand your market space. That is, your consumers could be anywhere in the world if you use these business models using digital technology to reach your consumers anywhere in the world. I forgot to mention, if at any time you want to stop, please send Q&A to Jaina, and she will inform me whether I need to address anything. If not, I will assume that you will ask me questions at the end of the presentation. Okay. Now, earlier I mentioned to you how are other small businesses using technology, and there was a very comprehensive study done by Deloitte in the year 2017, and they reported the results in 2018, just before the COVID hit in 2019 and 20. Now, these are some of the highlights of that particular research. I want to share with you so that you know what you are doing and where to place yourself. 80% of the 2,000 small businesses they surveyed are not taking full advantage of the digital technology. That's what they talked about. So you know where you are. Are you in that 80% or are you in that 20%? Then those who use the digital tools said they earn 2 times as much revenue per employee when they use the digital tools. They experienced a revenue growth over previous years that was nearly 4 times as high. Okay. Notice some of the results they actually shared in that survey. We're almost 3 times as likely to be creating jobs over the previous year. And then they had an average employment growth rate that was more than 6 times as high. These are actually reported by the employees who have been surveyed by Deloitte, or rather employers. And we're also 3 times as likely to have exported over the previous years. That is what I was talking about earlier, that there is that phenomenal opportunity you have to share your product or service to be sold anywhere in the globe, if only you have a way to reach them, which is the digital technology, web, social media presence, etc. Now, in the survey, they categorized uh, companies based on how they use the digital technology. So look at the basic usage. You need to decide where you are while we go through this. In the basic usage, they say business only has an email address. Marketing activities are completely focused on traditional advertising methods, not digital. And no business website or social media presence. Unlikely to use any digital tools for internal purposes. That's a basic small business. That was in their 2000, the respondents in that survey. Well, when you look at the intermediate, now there is some degree of usage. There is some degree of usage that is taking place. Business with a simple website with no e-commerce or booking capabilities. Compare that with the business using extensively with a website and using customer feedback. All kinds of support they have when they're at the advanced stage. And when you go to the high level, there is mobile technology also used. So you can compare yourself where you will position yourself based on the current usage you have. So when you move from the basic to the advanced level, you have pretty much used most of the digital technologies, and it's a matter of how do you use it properly and get a good return on investment. Take a look at user sophisticated online marketing tools such as search engine strategies and video advertising. That is the advanced user, small business. Now, when they talked about small business in that survey, they go from anywhere from 1 employee all the way to 250 employees. Okay, so think about yourself, your company. Where would you place? Are you in the basic stage? Are you in the intermediate stage? Do you have social media presence? Are you in the high digital technology usage stage, engaged through multiple different social media, greater use of online marketing methods, and you are using digital tools, video conferencing tools, or are you in the advanced stage? If you're in the advanced stage, you will be evaluating all the new technologies and trying to figure out how to leverage the new technology. So position yourself, have an idea where you are and where there are opportunity for you to go further. And in the survey, they said people responded, those who use the digital tools, they put highest value on customer benefits, such as greater market reach and brand promotion. What can we do for our customers with the technology that we have? 38% of the small business cited increased sales, which we talked about that earlier. 31% promote brand awareness about their company, about their product. They want to promote that people are aware of it. 30% access new customers in the US, not just abroad. That's a new 30% additional they're accessing. 69% of the digitally advanced businesses stated that digital tools improve employee satisfaction. That means their productivity increases. It's convenient for them to do any type of communication or any type of digital work. 77% of the small business are regular users of technology. That is, all of us are probably using Amazon all the time, go online, streamed video, listen to the music, all kinds of things we are doing. So they are familiar with their personal use. Why not use that technology in their small business environment? They also said those who did not use the digital tools, these were the reasons they gave why they did not use the digital tools. 40% of the respondents of the 2000 that were surveyed believed that digital tools are not relevant for my business. Think about that. They said it's not even relevant for their business. 38% said they are not effective for their business. Effective. We are talking about technology, how it can be effective for your business, because there are various business models. 34% said privacy and security concerns are among their top 3 digital barriers. Privacy and security concerns. Whose privacy, whose security? Are they concerned about company privacy, consumer privacy? They are concerned about some privacy issues. How do you take care of such concern and still try to expand your business? 27% of the rural businesses is only a basic level of digital tools compared to 18% of the non-rural businesses. Even in a non-rural or urban area, 18% are not using the digital tools. So at the basic level. So whether you are in the rural area or you are in the urban area, you have an opportunity to use the digital tools to improve your business, to enhance your business, to make it more profitable. Okay. So these are the perceived benefit from the digital tools of the 2000 companies Deloitte surveyed. These are the numbers they stated, and these increased sales and revenue, promote brand awareness, access to new customers, connect with the customers 24/7 because of the web and social media presence and various digital tools available for them to reach the consumer. Improve external communications, that's what we were talking about earlier, how to reach them. Improve internal communication. When everybody is on the digital tool with the help of a cloud, you can communicate with them all the time. Target market segments. Which particular segment we want to target? Remember earlier we indicated that digital advertising gives you a lot more analytics to find out who is buying from me, where are they buying, at what time are they buying, what is the typical profile of that particular person. All of that information is available for you. Improve business flexibility. We have, because of the technology, what we offer, when we offer, how to schedule, all of that gives you more flexibility. And one of the things which was talked about in 1990s when internet first came was a small business can compete with the large business because on the internet, they're all the same. Now, if the large business is investing heavily on the internet and you are not doing anything, whatever the advantage you had where internet was the equalizer, you have not tapped that potential. And lower business costs. When you use technology, one of the reasons is you become extremely efficient to do the things. You do not have to repeat. You do not have to store twice. You can easily access any of the content you want, information you want from anywhere. And you can streamline the sales and lead generations. That means the relationship with the customer. There are many tools for you to gain significant advantages if you have the right tool. And because you have an opportunity to know by interacting with the consumers, interacting with the customers, and from all over the world, you get some ideas based on the questions they put, based on the way in which your products are bought and way in which products review are coming for you. You can get some degree of support come up from the consumers themselves for innovating newer and newer features into the existing products or come up with completely new product. And 7% said they access new customers overseas. The web presence, the social media presence, and digital marketing will allow you to have even though you are in a small rural area, if you have a web presence, sooner or later, your business will pop up when somebody asks for, I need this type of product, who makes those? Your business will pop up, and that will be the beginning for you to have customers from all over the world where you can ship your products. Many companies probably are making more money by shipping products abroad than locally. So that's an opportunity for you if you use the digital tool. Now, I want you to take a few minutes and in the Q&A, tell Jaina of the items that are on the screen, which will be your top 3 barriers of not using digital tools. So I'll give you about 5 minutes. Take a look at it and give your feedback through Q&A. Look at the bullet points and tell which of them are top 3 for you, why you are not using digital tools in your company.
So one response is no time, too expensive, inadequate skills. Those are the common excuses that are offered by businesses coming for consulting, I'm imagining. Another response is privacy and security. And then another response, too expensive for some of the tools, such as QuickBooks. I can relate to that one because for my business, QuickBooks was expensive. So I can relate to that one too. Those are the responses. Oh, and no time and inadequate staff. Or staff inadequate, sorry.
Staff has inadequate skills, right? So no time, too expensive, staff have inadequate skills, and privacy. These are the 4 items I heard. Is that correct?
Time, expense, skills, privacy, security. Okay.
I just wanted to give some thoughts from your point of view, why these are the important ones identified by variety of businesses who were surveyed by Deloitte. Now, let me share with you what they found by when they asked the 2,000 companies. This is what they found. Yes, no time is 29% of the businesses said. Too expensive, 28% of the businesses said. 17% of staff have inadequate skills. Okay. So luckily, top 2 is not what you said, not relevant for my business, digital, not effective for my business. That means these were the 2 identified at the top. You definitely know that it is important for your business. Now, having said, you can probably ask the question at the end. You did mention privacy and security. Is that a misconception? We will address that at the end. There is a lot of misconception of what it means, privacy and security. We will talk about that. Okay, moving along. These are payment processing systems that have been identified as used by typical businesses. And I know some of you are saying they are expensive. When you say expensive, is it expensive relative to the marketplace, expensive to the total sales? Is it not paying you off by the savings that you make? Those are the questions you probably have to properly evaluate, right? If you can say that without that software, I'm able to do much more efficiently, I understand. If you can say that just because of money, I don't want to pay that, that's a different argument. So these are some of the tools in processing the payment. One of the things which you need to be aware of is the whole world is going through a scenario of making it least friction faced payment system. You can use variety of if somebody pays you through Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Zelle, Venmo, all of those tools is to make it convenient for consumers to pay you. And then if you have a tool which will integrate with your own internal system, then it becomes easier for you to manage those digital payment systems and move away from the traditional payment systems. Okay. And there is a business website where they have all the tools, including where you can create your own web page if you did not know, or some of you might have already done that. And that particular website gives you lots of tips and tricks how to conveniently do many of the things digital tools can help you with, how to minimize your cost, how to leverage the cloud. All of those are opportunities for you to get information from that particular website. Now, social media. We know social media is useful to you. If you're not on the social media, you really need to think about being on the social media, because you need to be where your customers are. If your customers are spending half an hour to 3 hours a week on social media, which of the social media do you think your customers are going to be there, and how do you reach them when they're on that social media? Okay. Then we come to customer relationship management. This is very important because specifically when you use the digital tools, many of the consumers or customers, your customers will be communicating with you electronically. How do you take that communication? How do you make it leverageable intelligence as to who is saying what? How do I reach them? Because when they come to you, that's like a big funnel. And from there, you want to convert them into your customer. And once they are your customer, what particular interaction you have with them, they are going to use variety of methods to interact with you. And can you take all of that interaction and filter through that and reach to them whichever way they think is appropriate to them? So that's building a relationship with the customer. And to interact with the customer, there are other tools available for you. So when you say interaction, are you pitching with new product, new feature? And are you pitching to them what are the new reviews that came about and share with them so they can be excited about it? Are you reminding them through your MailChimp or Constant Contact what new features, what new pricing scheme you have, what new features you are going to bring in the future? How do you interact with them? How do you keep them aware of your existence and your product's existence and your brand being put forward to them? Those are the ways in which you can manage the interactions. And if, depending upon the type of business, if there are projects which you are concerned about, which you need to complete in certain time or finish up the project for your consumer by certain time, how do you manage your resources? How do you keep track of all the activities that are going to be done in that particular project? This, of course, is depending upon the type of business you are in. Okay. And of course, Jana mentioned, we do have a little bit larger scale project management seminars through the Center for Professional Development, those who want to be more exposed to the nitty-gritty of that. Then you have inventory management software we talked about. There are lots and lots of inventory management software. The cloud-based inventory management software, again, you have indicated earlier privacy and security, we will address that. Cloud-based, there are the websites where you can allow that website through the cloud with your login credentials, help you to maintain it over there rather than making a huge investment in your computer resources locally. And then there are concerns about privacy and security is related to the cyber security. What about some hackers getting into your website? What about some ransomware being affecting you? What are the ways in which people will try to do some phishing from your employees? All of that, Komodo Online probably will provide a service for you. Yes, some of them have a marginal fee. The question over here is, do you not do the business because of that marginal fee, or do you find a way to get that service and try to expand? Those are the typical questions small businesses have. How do I manage my risk for a small fee and not get away entirely from there? How do I manage that risk? Okay. And we know a large number of people will be looking for product services from in the location where they are. So why not tap these locations on the website and make yourself known that you exist over there. So when they look for someone, your company pops up, your products pop up, so they know you exist over there. You can rely on your local chambers and your traditional advertisement and a variety of places where you go and shake hands and go to the weekend markets and things like that. But in the digital world, people will be using digital technology, whether it's the mobile phone or their tablet, and they go to your location to find out, is there anybody who can help me with that, right? So that's why you need to have, based on where you are, make sure the local web pages, consolidators, integrators, they know about you, okay? And there are other tools available. Some of them are through a mobile phone, cam scanner, which can scan the document. HCB already talked about it. There are sites where you can write better proposals who will give you the free advice. Then for a marginal fee, you can have somebody look at it. So those opportunities are there if you're bidding for a big contract. And then other two sites, Zero.com, this is a business support site, and FreshBooks is a competing for QuickBooks. That might work for you if QuickBooks is more expensive. So these are some of the tools available for you in addition to what we talked about. Okay. With that, I want to close the presentation part and leave some time for you to ask me questions through the Q&A. This is a site for learning resources. All these links are available after this presentation through contact Jana, and she will mention that, and she will give you all the links if you are interested in knowing about them. With that, I want to close and thank you for joining us today. And any question you have, please send them to through Q&A to Jana, and we will try to address it.